Can we go live?
Give it 2 seconds.
Are we rolling, Kenneth? Does that mean we're rolling?
Having American children?
Sorry, babe.
Speed.
You suck. I hate you. Get out of my apartment. That's...
We are live.
Can't she see that the red light is on?
Babe, we're live right now. When my hand goes up, your mouth goes shush. The Miz,
Am I right, New Orleans?
the Miz says that. Brainiacs, we are live. This is Long Island Iced Tea talking to you high above New York City as the lovely Miss Melissa Bith is so pissed at me. Do you mind handing me that gimmick over there?
Fuck you!
If you heard her, that's because Moose the Mark, we are now rocking the dopest and freshest gear. That's the Yeti Pro picking up Miss Melissa Beth as she's clear across the room in New York City. Brainiacs, welcome to the live YouTube stream. We're going to go straight into the podcast recording here as you file in. Tonight we've got the entire cast with us. We've got Triple J, Vinman, Moose the Mark on the Internet Gimmicks, and Mil Calzones on the ones and twos. Congratulations to Mil Calzones on his brand new bust-ass NXT SmackDown show, The B Show. I listened to it. It's phenomenal. It's on BrainbusterRadio.com. Give yourself a round of applause, Mil Calzones.
Oh, I'm giving myself a pat on the back because I think I deserve it.
I mean, this young boy, a man called Wired, he's really doing everything right now. It's possible that someday he can make it up to the main roster, but, you know, he's still got a lot of toilets to scrub, a lot of sidewalks to hose down, and, you know, his hype is good. It's just not at the optimal level yet.
He'll get there, and that's what the B Show's for. It's a developmental ground for Brainbuster Radio.
Some people are actually calling it a brand unto its own.
Well, I don't think any of those people are you, Vinman, right? You couldn't possibly be saying that.
It sounds like I haven't heard this show yet, but I plan on listening to it, and then I'll.
Well, it's up on the iTunes or BrainbusterRadio.com, all your podcatcher apps.
Okay.
Moose the Mark, what kind of special shit do the pre-show listeners? What can we get them hyped for as we anticipate the pressing of record for this show?
I mean, we got so much to talk about. We've got, first off, we got our picks and our hype for Money in the Bank this Sunday. We have Global Force Wrestling running their first show at a ballpark, main evented by Chris Masters and some guy I've never heard of.
I did see that. Oh,
yes.
My God.
Yes. We have NXT this week, Samoa Joe in his first match. We have TNA, all sorts of craziness going on, literally life and death situations. We have huge news about a potential deal between WWE and Evolve, one of the premier indies in the country.
Not news, more like rumors. Like, those are the ultimate, those are straight rumors, Moose. We're going to get into all that, guys. Brainiacs, thanks for filing in. You know the drill. At the Brainbusters, tweet it, read it, tout it, shout it, be all about it. That's where we tweeted out this live link. Retweet it, send it to your friends, email it to them. Put it on a piece of paper and give it to a pigeon. Send it across the country to your grandparents so they can listen. We are going to be live on to tape for the next hour or so, talking programs with you. Anybody else got anything left for the pre-show as we switch gears and go straight into the big show here, guys?
Nope, let's get going.
Let's start the show.
All right, here we go, Brainiacs. This is going to be Brainbuster Radio for Saturday, 6:05, June the 13th, 2015. Coming at you in 5.
And now from east of the Pacific to west of parts unknown, south of Mars, north of hell, here are the smartest minds in the sport of professional wrestling. This is Brainbuster Radio.
around, turn and run, or stand up with the best. When your back's to the wall, what will your answer be? Will you run for the door? Will you run out on me like it's hard? It's no holds barred. No holds barred. Most people only know the easy way. They'll always close their eyes.
How the hell you doing, Brainiacs? Long Island Iced Tea here with you on an extremely hyped version of Brainbuster Radio, coming at you live, high above New York City, ready to talk programs with you. I am excited, dog. Money in the Bank is this week. 2 weeks ago, we had us a pay-per-view, and we got another one coming up right now, Triple J. There's so much to talk. We got Global Force Wrestling. We got TNA. The Wednesday Night Wars are on fire. Ring of Honor, Dalton Castle, Justin Light. Holy shit, Triple J, get me an order before I jump out of this window. I'm looking out.
Long Island, it is a war because it's Wednesday night, but you need to try to calm down, a little less hype just so you stay in the
Triple
right.
J, you can't get less hype. You got
You
Wednesday Night
need to
Wars going on.
stay in the right mindset.
Bodies flying everywhere, this way, that way. It's a nasty affair every single Wednesday night, dude. And we're right here streaming live on YouTube, Brainbuster Radio style. At the Brainbusters. Tweet it, read it, tout it, shout it. Be all about it, Brainiacs. If you're downloading the podcast on Saturdays at 6:05, you can listen live. If you just follow us on Twitter, you'll find the links to the live stream. People are filing it as we speak. Moose the Marks on the internet gimmicks. Vinman is here. He's got a special challenge today, Triple J. Milk Calsortis is on the ones and twos and is letting fame get to his head because he hosts his new show on BrainbusterRadio.com. We got so much going on. I don't know if we could pack it into anything less than, say, I'm going to say we're going to go 5.5 hours today. Is that cool?
Listen.
We need to go. We need to at least go as long as Chris Hero did in his monumental charity gauntlet match.
Chris Hero went about 3 hours, taking on several opponents, some multiple times, and I guess he came out on top in the end. But for us, we're going to try to keep it to about an hour, but no promises.
All right, guys. We are. Listen, we're getting off the rails already. We are not in news and views. I know it's a Wednesday Night Wars, but I'm going to lead. I'm going to be the general. I'm going to tell you which trenches to go in, which trenches not to go in.
You're the quarterback.
You're
my quarterback.
Royal quarterback, I think you would say. But yeah.
Okay.
Yes, we have another pay-per-view, Money in the Bank. We're going to give you prediction on select matches. Of course, for those of you that listen to BBR's War, we want to thank you again. I was filling in for Long Island, who had some prior commitments, a spot show that popped up.
Yep, making towns.
Somebody couldn't make it. And, I mean, you heard a little bit about what Moose the Mark and I thought about the pay-per-view. We're going to give you a little more, some matches that we did not discuss then. And we have that big open challenge. Vinman, I was talking to him earlier in the day. He seems very confident. And, yeah, then we're going to be talking what you were watching tonight, why you didn't watch TNA, why you passed on NXT, and, just what you thought about that Liger-Dalton Castle match. Oh, it was unbelievable, but I'm getting ahead of myself.
You can't spoil it. It's Wednesday night as we speak, and some of us haven't gotten to that. There's so much content. The night is young. I'm going to watch ROH after the show. You can't spoil it for me, Triple J.
All this coming from you, Long Island, who just constantly bragging about everything that you're watching. Wednesday Night War, shots were fired, and you're holding the pistol.
Hey! I think I could speak for everyone on the show right now when I say that we can't go pointing fingers, and there's a lot of content to talk about and to watch all tonight. And we're not going to judge anybody if they haven't watched certain shows just yet. Just now on Reddit, I posted the link to this live stream. Someone even commented, Fender Dean 13 said, TNA is still on. Why talk about Wednesday Night Wars when the shows are still going on? And
he's got a point.
Wait, what? That makes no sense. Did people not talk about World War II when it was going on? I don't get it. You could
I
certainly.
feel them. Some people they don't have DVR. They got to watch their Wednesday Night Wars. They're nonstop.
Oh,
like last week.
okay. I thought you
some
meant
people
still
are
on the
channel
net.
surfing.
All right, bro. I thought you meant still on the network, like as in still in existence, not
No,
still currently airing.
No, it's live airing as we put
see.
live on tape right now. But hey, we're gonna talk TNA even though it's not over yet. And I haven't seen Ring of Honor or Lucha yet. I did watch NXT. Maybe you guys didn't see NXT. We're gonna get it. It's Wednesday night. It's new to all of us. It's a young war, but we're gonna figure out how we can all live life during wartime on Wednesday nights. But Triple J, please get us back in order. I don't think Wednesday Night Wars are actually on the playbook just yet. We have a couple more plays set up for the start of the show, don't we?
Yes, Long Island, you are correct, sir. The more pressing matter is Money in the Bank, and I said we got a select number of matches to predict and try to break down. I mean, we're going to start it off with the match that the whole pay-per-view is named after. That is the 7-man Money in the Bank ladder match. Guys, you know the gimmick. You get the briefcase, and it almost guarantees you a WWE World Heavyweight Championship. A lot of guys in the match. Some I feel like deserve to be there. Some I feel like do not deserve to be there. But I mean, somebody throw out a name, and we'll go from there.
Roman Reigns.
Big dog! Odds-on favorite going into this matchup Sunday night. Winner grabs that briefcase and has a shot at glory. Roman Reigns already having the year of all years, won the Royal Rumble, was 30 seconds away from slaying the Beast before that slime ball rat face Seth Rollins came out, ruined the best WrestleMania of all time. Roman Reigns, the big dog, now got his best friend a ladder match for the title, and he's in this Money in the Bank match, odds-on favorite to win it, and I'm positive he's going to cash in the very same night. I'm picking the big dog, I think, until I hear the rest of the names, Triple J.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are picking the big dog. I mean, let's throw out a man that has so much experience in matches like this. He's already a champion, and he's trying to bring more gold to the family, and that is Kofi Kingston.
Oh, Kofi. Now, I positively like his chances. How about you, Boost the Mark?
I think Kofi's certainly been getting a bit of a spotlight lately. The New Day's doing incredibly well, and Kofi is slated to take on Brock Lesnar in the Tokyo Dome. I mean, that's not, well, I don't know about a mark of confidence, but it's certainly better than jobbing to Santino on Superstars. So, yeah, it could be Kofi. I sincerely doubt it. He's not really involved in... I mean, he's never really expressed any desire for a singles title. But I guess that's the point.
He's got the Day in his corner. It's 3 guys going against the 6 other competitors. That's better than 1 versus 6. You got to admit that, Mr. Mark.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm certainly excited by the potential that the quote-unquote New Day rule has, where if Kofi wins the briefcase, they all have a contract for a title match. And I could presume that'll extend to the actual title itself. I don't know whose butt they're kissing on the board of directors to get these rules changed. But, I mean, the New Day is a force to be reckoned with right now.
Damn it, you know what? Just when I'm ready to pick the big dog, now analyzing it, 4th of July, Japan, Brock Lesnar versus Kofi Kingston's already a huge match. But Brock Lesnar, the Beast Incarnate, versus Mr. Money in the Bank, Kofi, that's going to put some Japanese asses in some seats.
And, you know,
I think I'm going Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston is my pick, Vinman.
And I think you might be onto something there, Long Island, especially in the Tokyo Dome. Whenever you're dealing with smaller individuals, you're not looking at every 18 inches for an ass. You're looking at maybe every 14 inches. I mean, you're putting extra asses in seats, especially when you're talking about a Money in the Bank winner going up against the greatest man alive right now, Brock Lesnar. But there's some other big-time individuals in this matchup, guys that have won it before. We're talking about guys like Kane, talking about guys like Dolph Ziggler. These guys have been to the top, and even guys like Randy Orton, Sheamus, you know, they got tons of experience in these matches. Anybody could win this at this point.
All right, now, Vinman, you bring up Dolph Ziggler, and that's exactly where I want to go next. I mean, this guy, the confidence that he has right now is sky high, but you got to wonder, is his mind really in the right place right now? I mean, with his hot Russian chick suffering an injury, I'm pretty sure we all saw what happened on that sit-down with Michael Cole, the intimidation by Rusev, the mind games, the American children that they seemingly are never going to have anymore. Is Dolph Ziggler, is he in this match, or is he just going to be thinking about what's happening on the outside?
I think he is in this match, Triple J. I do not see that relationship has progressed enough that a guy like Dolph that can command any woman on the planet, he's not worried about one woman out there.
Wait, Lana's not just any woman. They say behind every great man is a great woman. And I saw that WWE.com interview this week with Lana and Michael Cole. Did anyone see this? Unbelievable stuff. The emotion, you could see it in her face. It lit up when Michael Cole brought up Dolph Ziggler. Then Rusev comes in, and geez, oh man, if Rusev doesn't win an Oscar one day, the performances, the drama coming from this individual, it's a tour de force is the only thing I can think of. Rusev is unbelievable, but Lana, she's an incredible woman, an incredible manager, took Rusev to heights that we've never seen before. With her in Dolph's corner during this match, I mean, the New Day, Kofi has his two brothers in the New Day, but Lana is something special. Well, I gotta pick Dolph Ziggler because
I don't know if that's the reason why, Long Island.
My pick. Dolph is my pick, Vinman.
I'm a big Dolph honk, but I mean, Lana, she suffered the serious injury. I don't even know if she'll be at ringside, to be honest with you. I love Dolph for sure, but nobody is talking about Kane in this match for some God knows reason.
He's a former champion, and people should be talking more about him.
They should, absolutely. I mean, he is probably the strongest man in this match. He's got the most experience. He's just downright dangerous. He's got the authority in his corner. I could easily see Kane winning this match. No questions asked.
Kane's the largest individual in the match. He's won it before. The experience, the motivation to be the new face of the Authority. You cannot not pick Kane. Kane is my pick.
Not only the future of the Authority, the future of the entire WWE. I mean, this guy, he could very well be the face of this new NXT revolution that's sweeping the nation. It could all be on those big, pasty shoulders of Kane.
I don't know what NXT has to do with this match, but I mean, Kane. I mean, he's been the past of the WWE, and he could be the future. I mean, have you ever seen anybody who has been both the past and future, and not the now? But the time is now for Kane. I think he very well could do it.
All right, guys, we're running through the roster. Mil Calzones, you've been a little quiet, and somebody else that's been a little quiet in this match, Adrian Neville. Hasn't really been coming out there and just proclaiming that he's gonna jump off that top rope and do a 180 and then a 360 and then a 180 and grab that briefcase. Mil Calzones, what chances does Adrian Neville have in this match?
I think Mil Calzones is signing autographs because of all the praise he's been getting for his new podcast, The B Show. But I'll tell you what chance he has, Triple J. He has about a 98% chance of winning this. He's easily going to be the winner. The Altitude Era is upon us. This match is tailor-made for his skill set. What you've seen him in a ladder match against Bo Dallas and NXT. How could you not pick Adrian Neville to win this? Red arrow off the top of the ladder on everybody. Then he just climbs up.
But that doesn't mean anything in this match.
Yeah, Adrian Neville, this guy. Other than just constantly being around the gorilla position, what has he done? He just forces himself in the matches by just being in the right place, and then never capitalizes on them. On top of all that, maybe one of the most boring talents going in WWE today. This guy has no chance in hell of winning this match, and this should be his last match as far as I'm concerned.
He has the most agility. He's winning. He's my pick. He's winning this match.
I could not. I don't know if it's physically possible to disagree more with Vinman at this moment, but I will say that it is very telling that Adrian Neville, everybody got to come out and do a promo for the Money in the Bank match, including a guy who wasn't even in it. But Neville was nowhere to be seen. Why? Like, why? It's not like they repeated. I mean, Kofi was out like 3 times tonight. Everyone else got to show up twice, but
because they're all big time stars, they all deserve valuable television time. Not this 5 foot, 180 pound, just glorified acrobat.
Rattle it off.
Glorified acrobat.
I disagree as well, Moose the Mark. I think Vinman is an nincompoop in this regard. Who else is in this match, Triple J?
All right, we've got the last 2 competitors, a former winner, Randy Orton and Sheamus. These 2 have been going at it like it's nobody's business. They've been using chairs in matches. Now they're going to be able to use ladders. The question I have is, are these 2 going to be able to focus on the prize hanging above the ring and just leave each other alone?
I don't know what we've seen the past 2 weeks between these guys. Only one word comes to mind, and I think you all can guess what that word is. Anybody? Class? Physicality is what these 2 gentlemen are going to bring to this match. You're going to have brogue kicks every which way. RKOs are going to be coming out of nowhere. Off of ladders, through ladders, under ladders, in between ladders. It's going to be gnarly. And if you can't pick either guy because they hate each other so bad right now, one got the best of the other 2 weeks ago and got DQ'd. Then the reverse happens the next week. What is going to happen if these 2 clash in a match where ladders, chairs, fire, thumbtacks, guns are all legal? I cannot. I'm staying away from both of them, Bran. I'm done. Neither of them have a chance, a hope in hell. But if I have to pick one, I'm going to say we're going to have the first ever split Mr. Money in the Banks. Randy Orton and Sheamus are both going to grab it at the same time, and they're going to have 2 winners this year.
I mean, guys, we've analyzed all 7 individuals. We got to go around the horn, starting with Moose to Mark. Moose to Mark, what is your final prediction?
I'm going to go with the safe money on this one. I think there's a lot of potential storylines coming out of this one, but I think they all and pretty much exclusively involve Roman Reigns. I don't know where else they would go with anyone else in this match with him.
You know what, Moose to Mark? I'm going to have to agree. The big dog is very hungry in this match. He's proven, basically, he's the only one that has proved he deserves to be there. And he's had a hell of a 2015, and I agree. He's just going to keep it going.
Do I have to make a final prediction? I think I gave you my winner.
Well, let's
you already did. I'll give a prediction now. I'm with you guys. I'm going with the big dog. He's going to be getting himself some kibble, a whole lot of it, on Sunday night. I will say as much, and I do want the big dog to win. Make no mistake about it. But I'm going to be cheering for Kane the hardest.
I'm okay. Can I give you who I'm rooting for, Triple J?
Yes, please.
I'm rooting because I created the power of positivity. I'm rooting for Kofi Kingston, but also I'd like to see Roman Reigns be the first man to win the Rumble and Money in the Bank in the same year. That'd be the first time that happens, right?
Didn't Alberto? No, not the same year. I was thinking.
Yeah. So I'm rooting hard for that. So I want the big dog to win. Big dog getting him some kibble. I want Kofi Kingston to win. I just want to see I want to see all 6 other men get brogue kicked and Sheamus climb to the top because he's going to be a movie star. It'll be good for him to have the briefcase. So I'm rooting for him. Oh my God, it would be great to see Corporate Kane get it and then beat Rollins in the same night. I think that'd be a classic moment.
Oh, that would be the best.
I want nothing more to happen on this night than that. Also, though, he never got his one-on-one match legitimate without getting screwed over. I want Randy Orton to win this thing and get a shot at that title again. It's only fair. But also, I want to see Dolph Ziggler win because, I mean, the fans love him. The fans love Lana. I think they'd be the hottest thing in wrestling. They would be all over TV. It'd be great for WWE. So I'm rooting hard for Ziggler to win this. But I'm also rooting hard for R-Truth, Triple J. I think he's the sleeper in this match. R-Truth is my pick and who I want to win.
Well, Brainiacs, you've heard it. That's what we're going with for that match, Money in the Bank. And, I mean, we're moving along now. We got to keep this train rolling. I mean, you didn't think it was going to get any bigger. But this next match, it's big on big. The Big Show challenging just the hungriest man ever, the big guy. He puts the Intercontinental Championship on the line, first defense. And guys, I mean, is the title in jeopardy already?
Absolutely not. Come on. I told you last week, everybody in the world, I told you my favorite professional wrestler is the Ryback. Feed me more all day, every day. I believe in the guy. He's my favorite entertainer, athlete, superstar, whatever you want to call him. I look forward to nothing more than the Ryback each and every Monday, Thursday, main event, pay-per-view, whatever he might be on. I'm looking forward to it the most. This match is the match I have circled. Big guy, big show. Big guy is going to eat up the biggest meal he's had so far in WWE, and then he's going to spit it out. The Big Show is nothing to the Ryback. Am I right, Vinman? Come on.
Oh, this is – I am so looking forward to this match. This is definitely going to be the match of the night. It is going to steal the show by far. And, you know, the Ryback, like you said at Long Island, putting that prestigious Intercontinental title on the line for the first time against the Big Show. We're talking about two of the best professional wrestlers in the entire world going at it for one of the most prestigious titles. It is going to be a hell of a match. I cannot wait to see this. And in the end, the Ryback is going to do it. He's going to defend that title. This is just going to jumpstart this title reign right here. I mean, if he could get by the Big Show, who's going to probably be one of his toughest challenges, it's going to be. If he could get by the Big Show, I don't see how anybody's going to take this title from him. I cannot wait to see the Ryback win.
Come on, loose the mark. Hey, did the Ryback not prove to you this week on Raw why he is my favorite pro wrestler?
That crowd was deader than disco until Ryback hit the scene, man. He got him into it. This guy, he's atrocious, embarrassingly atrocious in backstage like segments and talking to Renee and everything. It's just really strange. It's like an alien who's trying to pretend to be human or something. But when he's in the ring and in front of a crowd and he just does the cheesy but really effective crowd interaction hype gimmicks. I mean, certainly we at Brainbuster Radio can empathize and enjoy this wonderful performance.
Vinman, what are the chances we get to see a bear hug in this match?
Oh, my God.
I've been dying to see a bear hug.
Oh, I am waking up every morning praying to see a bear hug. And
but I think the bigger question is who's going to put it on who?
I think that could determine this match. Whoever locks in the bear hug first.
No, Vinman, I disagree. I think it's going to be whoever could lock in the bear hug the longest.
I would love nothing more than a 7 to 8 minute bear hug in this match, and that's truly what the fans want to see. The crowd will just be on their feet, chanting "Feed me more" during that bear hug, regardless of who's on the ass end.
Yeah, but okay. Who is built to withstand a 7 minute bear hug, though? Because if the Big Show locks it in on Ryback, can the big guy handle the Big Show squeezing that long? Or what can the Big Show handle a 7 minute bear hug from the big guy just eating away at him for 7 minutes? I don't know. I think it's an even matchup, but of course my heart and soul's with the Ryback, but it's a tough call there.
You guys are completely discounting the possibility of a 3-man bear hug. Your brains can't even wrap your minds around it. It's possible, man. We might see
3-man bear
yes,
hug?
it's happened before. It was. I tried to bring it up for the live. I tried to bring it up for the live stream. I know the Yeti was involved in a 3-man.
That's because there were 3 men in the match. There's only 2 men in this match.
This isn't a 3-way. I'm pretty sure it's a 3-way. How is this not a 3-way?
In the match.
What match are you even talking about? This is the Big Show against the big guy.
I thought Miz.
It's only
Why,
two
so
men.
what the hell has Miz been doing in these storylines? Why was he even in there? I don't get it.
He
He's
was
not
on.
in this
He
match.
was
He was
Miz
just
TV.
hosting.
Listen, we don't want to rehash anything that was on BBR's War, but he was facilitating an interview on Miz TV. That's the end of the story.
He is a talk show host.
Yes. There's two men in the match, 1-on-1, and it's gonna be a knockdown, drag out affair. I cannot wait.
I don't think any of us are picking the Big Show's Triple J, so you don't even need to ask. But let me just say this. If you go to the WWE.com Money in the Bank page, the official page for this show, the first match on the scroller, it scrolls through all the matches. The first match is Big Guy, Big Show. Because
I'm looking at it right now.
Match. Holy shit. I don't know if I've been more hyped for a match all year. There's probably been more televised programs than any year in the history of years. This is the match I am most hyped for. Brainiacs, if you can't get hyped for Big Guy, Big Show, then you need to check your pulse, okay? Because this is what it is all about. Tweet it, read it, tout it, shout it, be all about it at the Brainbusters. If you are hyped about Big Show versus Big Guy, and officially right now, phone lines are open. 412-407-5BBR, 412-407-5227. You call in and you give us your predictions. And also, we got a special challenge going out to some Brainiacs, I think, a little bit later that you're going to be able to call in on. But holy shit, this match is huge, Triple J. I mean, do we even need to talk about the rest of the card?
Long Allen, you're reading my mind exactly. I was going to say we are going to the last match, and if anybody wants to jump in there, say something quick about any other of the matches on the card, go ahead now. But I mean,
there's only one match. This is putting my butt in the seat.
We talked about the biggest match, but I guess next we're talking about the most emotional, most high-profile match.
Well, speak for yourself there. Okay,
it's probably the most important match, Triple J. But real quick, I got something to say about something else on the card. Real quick, rooting hard for the New Day. The only reason I'm not rooting hard for primetime players is because WWE Shop butchered the incredible primetime players T-shirt by adding some stupid bullshit to the back of the shirt like they do every damn shirt on WWE Shop nowadays. What is so bad about just having a WWE logo on the top of the neck, on the back, and having the cool shit on the front? It's too much. Slow down, all right? Slow down. Quit trying to oversell everything. Slow down. Sell what needs to be sold, which is the front of the shirt, and tell a good story on the front of the shirt. That's all we need. We don't need all this crazy shit on the back. I believe this shirt, Moose the Mark, says the tag team is back. It makes no sense, and that's the reason the PTPs are going to lose on Sunday.
Well, it's on the back of the shirt.
Yeah, it makes no sense. Like, it has the cool primetime logo on the front with like a diamond, and it says something else, and then on the back it says that they're back or something. It makes no sense. It's really disappointing. And I saw Long Allen. I saw you tweeted that out, and I looked immediately, and my heart just fell to the floor.
It's bullshit. I hate it. WWE Shop should be ashamed for screwing over a good tag team. But proceed with the important match, Triple J.
All right, everybody knows what it is. The rematch of the century, Kevin Owens, NXT champ, against the U.S. champion, John Cena. Can lightning strike twice?
Whew. I mean, Triple J, it's all on the line right here. We've seen Cena lose match 1 before, but
never match 2.
No way Cena loses. I don't know what would happen to Earth if John Cena lost this match. It would make no sense. It is not what needs to be done. I think everybody wants Owens to win, but let me tell you,
don't say that.
Let me tell you this. Well, besides you, Vinman, we know you live and die and breathe HLR all day, every day. But let me just say this to all those people who just desperately want Kevin Owens to win match 2 and solidify himself as the man who owns John Cena. Let me just tell you this. You may think you want this, but be careful for what you wish for, okay? Because you have no idea the ramifications if Kevin Owens beats John Cena clean twice. I damn near am ready to say if Kevin Owens wins this match, Vinman, the WWE will not exist come the end of 2016.
And that's very possible, because if you look up and down the roster and you're looking for somebody who's going to be the guy in this company, that's going to be in there night in and night out and put titles on the line and sell merchandise and be a role model and put butts in seats, John Cena is the guy to do it. And there is nobody ready for that top spot behind him, and there may not be anybody ready for that top spot behind him. It's certainly not Kevin Owens. I'll tell you that right now. And it would be a travesty if John Cena somehow lost this match. And God, I hope it doesn't happen, and I don't think it'll happen.
I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't. I think Kevin Owens is a hell of a talent, but I am just fearful for what could happen to pro wrestling if Kevin Owens wins this match. Who is there going to be for children and for grown men like myself to look up to be inspired daily? The Ryback is on his way, but John Cena has a decade's worth of inspiration,
exactly,
hustle, loyalty, and respect. And if that all gets wiped out by this brash and vulgar Kevin Owens, God damn it, the earth might explode. And Moose the Mark, I know you're going to say we need Kevin Owens to win. I don't know, though. I just don't know about that hypothesis.
Look, it's already working. That's the thing. I mean, Kevin Owens, we've always said, I know you particular, Long Island, every time I asked you, who's going to be the best in the NXT 5? Who's going to be? Is it going to be Sami Zayn, Finn Balor maybe? But I mean, look, the guys, I'm looking at Deadspin.com right now, and right on the front page it says Kevin Owens is the truth. This is a huge mainstream site, and Kevin Owens has grabbed their attention and refuses to let go. This is happening all over. Rolling Stone profiled Kevin Owens. I mean, he's not there yet, but this is a guy with potential. This is what people are interested in, not bullfighters and flamenco dancers.
Mr. Mark, I mean, you are the king of the internet gimmicks, and it sounds like you hacked into the source code of some of these websites to put up this facade on Kevin Owens. Nobody is talking about this guy. I mean, outside of you jabrones, I have not heard one person talk about how much they want to see Kevin Owens win this match, or even know who he is, quite frankly.
Wait, so Vinman, you're saying of all the hours you spend hanging out at the water cooler, not one person has mentioned Kevin Owens' name?
No, not one bit.
But then Moose the Mark is telling me each and every day, all day, text messages, G-chats, phone conversations. He's just in all over me, telling me Kevin Owens is the truth. Everybody's talking about Kevin Owens. The empirical data is there. As best for business, ratings. Everybody loves him.
He's not good for ratings. I'll be quite honest with you. As soon as what's his name, Neville, challenged Kevin Owens to a match instead of John Cena, I changed the channel. It was just not worth me watching two no talent bums in a match on Monday Night Raw when there was so much other stuff on television, entertainment options.
Wow, Moose the Mark, Vinman is completely skewering Kevin Owens. Now, I'm not ready to say all that about him yet. I'm just saying that John Cena is very important to this world, so him losing could be But all this, like the hostility towards Kevin Owens by Vinman, that's pretty heavy, man.
Look, you know that there's a reason. I mean, John Cena is always being compared to Superman, right? And there's a reason. I mean, Superman can't do everything. If Superman did everything, if Superman was around forever, if Superman just saved everybody, we would be doomed as a species because we would just lose our fight survive. We wouldn't look both ways crossing the street because, hey, Superman will save us. We wouldn't.
What are you talking about?
I'm just saying Cena doesn't. We don't need Cena anymore, right? He was the hero we needed back then, but right now we're ready to move on from Cena. We need to pick ourselves up and join him in the sun.
I don't know. Have you ever heard the story of Icarus? I guess what I'm saying is that John Cena is still the man, and if somebody is going to take over John Cena and beat him and be in a top spot, it damn sure ain't going to be Kevin Owens.
I mean, we'll see what happens on Sunday, man.
Moose, you're right, and I've been laying low. I've been listening. I've been respectful, listening to what everybody says, and Vinman, this may just put you completely over the edge, but it's the truth, and I'm going to say it right now. I'm going to say it to your face. I hope everybody out there hears it. My argument is the same as last month, and that one man fights for his family, and I don't know what the other man fights for. I mean, he says he fights for his country. He says he fights for those in the crowd wearing his merchandise. But he goes home to his multi-million-dollar mansion, his industrial-sized garage full of expensive sports cars. But most importantly, he goes home alone because he has no family to fight for. Kevin Owens, he's a father, he's a husband, he's a son, he's a nephew, and he's an uncle. And these are all things that he thinks of at all times.
Well, you know what? I'm a family man as well, Triple J, but that doesn't mean I should be the world champion. I'm not, you know, the backstory that you're telling me, I'm not seeing enough of it. And quite frankly, I don't give a damn. You know, he's not interesting at all. I'm still waiting to hear somebody tell me what's so great about this guy. I haven't heard one thing yet, but believe me, my ears are still open, and I hope I see him tomorrow. That'll be Thursday, June 11th at Stage American Eagle in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Myself and Jumpin' Jacob J will be there. This right. NXT live event.
We're going to be talking about this in a minute. Brainiacs, NXT Pittsburgh, Triple J, Vinman will be there. We're going to be all over it. Exciting episode of Brainbuster Radio. Tons left. Vinman, before you get any hotter, can we just get the official predictions? Because I know your blood's boiling. You are on fire right now. You're getting hot. Can we just get the official predictions for the match in? Triple J.
Yeah, I got to go with the standard in these rematches, and I'm going to pick John Cena.
Moose the mark.
I'm hoping against hope. I got my fingers crossed. I think it is going to be Kevin Owens. I think it's going to shock the world.
You want to talk about the power of positivity? Moose the mark is all in on the positive thinking. If you think it'll happen, it will happen. So says Xavier Woods, PhD. But Moose, I'm going to tell you what, my positivity is going to overpower yours because I positively believe in hustle, loyalty, respect, truth, honor, and the justice and the American way. John Cena is going to take out Kevin Owens. Package pile driver straight to hell. Oh, my God, we've got a phone call. About the power of money. All right, hey, caller, turn your radio down. You are on Brainbuster Radio. Hello. All right, they called in and they hung up, interrupting my damn prediction. John Cena wins. Vinman, your prediction.
I'm going with Cena. If I haven't already made that clear.
Oh, I know you made it pretty clear, brother, and I think it's time that you told me before the show you didn't do it last week because you were out on your honeymoon, but it's about that time now that it's the return. Week 2 of the Vinman BBR Open Challenge. So the floor is yours, Vinman.
All right, let me tell you something, Brainiacs. I've been thinking all week about this Open Challenge here, and I was thinking I really want to talk about TNA and just how damn good of a show it is, and how it is probably the best wrestling show on the planet Earth right now. But I am just getting so damn, just pissed off about hearing about how this Kevin Owens character is the greatest wrestler ever to lace up a pair of boots, and I'm getting pretty fucking mad about this, and I'm just I want to hear why from all you internet nerds out there that love this guy. I want to hear why he's so damn good. So please tell me, and if you want some, come get some.
All right, Brainiacs, you heard that. The Vinman Open Challenge is open. So call in 412-407-5227. Anybody and everybody is able to come in and fight Vinman because he's willing to fight anyone and everyone. Vinman, you're going to go down one day, but maybe some of the internet's very big, and there's very good people out there. And I think one of them one day is going to take you down.
I'm hoping I meet some of them tomorrow. I'm sure they'll be crawling all over Stage American Eagle.
It's not going to be one of these Mark jabronis who are hanging out trying to mess with good citizens who are podcasting about incredible events such as Money in the Bank and the GFW Grand Slam Tour that is underway. I'm upset Mil Calzones has mysteriously dropped. I don't know if he's signed an autograph.
I think he was very offended by what happened there.
If the fame's getting to his head because he has a brand new podcast on brainbusterradio.com called The B Show, where he focuses on NXT and SmackDown. I don't know, but he would love to be talking GFW with us right now. Moose the Mark has all the details on their first show, which I don't even know. Was it a success?
I don't think it didn't happen yet.
Oh, it hasn't happened?
It's happening this weekend, I believe. 2 shows.
And what a goddamn card we have.
One's in, you'll have to recall the town for me. It's in Tennessee, and then the other one's in Knoxville. So they're running Jarrett territory. I did look at the card. Moose the Mark, you're going to have to run it down for us. But very few notable names, I must say.
No, it's not great. I mean, all right, here we go. Here we have the lineups. Friday, June 12th. Well, first of all, for your hard-earned money, you get a meet and greet with Jeff and Karen Jarrett, Jim Cornette, Bullet Babe Amber Gallows, Chris the Adonis, a.k.a. Masters Mordetsky. I mean,
that's better than the actual show.
This is their A team, man. This is the best they got.
Well, that's my point. I mean, that meet and greet you said there is worth the money. Now, seeing the show, I don't know about that.
Can you link me to this right here, Moose the Mark? I want to visualize this card. I like looking at the card with my eyes.
Yeah, please send the link out to me.
And also, if you go to globalforcewrestling.com, you can see they are running many forms of minor league baseball.
Well, that's the Grand Slam Tour leading up to the big tapings in Vegas.
Such teams as the Flying Squirrels, Cedar Rapids Colonels, Waterloo Bucks, Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. So I mean, they're really starting with a grassroots approach. It looks like.
I am incredibly impressed that they were able to secure so many prestigious venues. They're being talked about all over the world on radio and the internet. Everybody, ESPN Radio Chicago is talking about Global Force Wrestling. 101.5 WNWS. I have no clue where that is, but they're talking about it. Lords of Pain, very famous website. Everybody is covering Global Force. It is huge. And our very own Mil Calzones and our young boy, A Man Called Wired, will be in attendance at the TV tapings in Vegas. But these Grand Slam tours are they're leading up to these huge TV. This is how these guys they're learning the ropes. They're finding their identity as a company in these minor league ballparks.
I think they're still going to be looking after this weekend. I mean, my God. But
I mean, from the matches that I see, the only match that I know who both competitors are is the women's match.
Is that who is that? The Tate twins and Best Friends? Is that who you're talking about?
No, I don't know who the Tate twins are, but I know Lady Papa and Thea Trinidad. Best Friends are what is that? Chuck Taylor and Trent?
Oh, they're men. Oh.
Yes.
Well, okay. Well,
Are the Tate twins? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, it sounded like it could have been two women tag teams, but I mean, I guess
all
I'm
right.
somewhat
The point of this
interested
is, who on this roster is he gonna give a tape to some TV executive at Spike or the Golf Channel or wherever the hell this will still give him an audience? Like, who's he gonna show off? Say, oh, this guy, man, this guy's gonna be on the Slurpee cups at 7-Eleven. Like, who?
There's nobody. At least on this. Yeah, Jim Cornette.
I mean, I think Moose has a shot, but he re-signed with Ring of Honor, so he can't be that big of a force.
All the TV show has to be is two 5-minute matches, and then have 50 minutes of Jim Cornette talking.
Who's Congo Kong?
Let me tell you something about the Bullet Club. They never dropped a dime in America. They're big over in Japan, but who gives a shit? Who gives a rat's ass?
Yes.
What's gonna put this company on the map is gonna be guys like the New Heavenly Bodies, Jam and Olivencia. I mean, people with real talent, not some big fatso like Lady Papa who couldn't even fit through the damn door to walk into one of these minor league ballparks.
Yes. That's exactly what he would say. I'd pay big money to hear it. Who is Congo Kong? Does anybody know?
I don't know.
I haven't a fucking clue. I don't know who any of these people are.
I'd pay to see Sanjay Dutt wrestle. I'll tell you that.
I think,
but that's about it.
This guy, he is the biggest fucking huckster since the dude who invented the pet rock, man. He is just getting people to give him money, and he just produces. He's like a bad Kickstarter. I can't believe. Have they done a Kickstarter for Global Force? It just sounds like. I cannot believe, like, with all this hype and all this shit, they roll out that garbage website with that terrible logo. They book. First off, Karen and Jeff Jarrett are the biggest draws on the damn meet and greet circuit. What the hell are they going to do? How are they possibly expect to get on television?
Vinman, if Jeff Jarrett was on this card, where would you rank it?
I mean, it still wouldn't be. I mean, who's his opponent? I mean, I don't know if it's. I mean, if it's Jeff Jarrett versus Sanjay Dutt, that's something to build around. But
Jeff Jarrett versus Sanjay Dutt.
That's at least interesting.
It's a better main event of what they've got.
Yeah, I mean, this is. I mean, I said this before. I mean, it's just so bad, top to bottom. I don't know what's.
Listen, you got to start out somewhere.
Hey,
I know.
They were saying,
all the big names on your first show.
Let me tell you something, Vinman. They were saying the same damn thing about 13 years ago when TNA came on the scene. And now look where they're at.
But TNA, at that time, they were bringing in big-time legends every week.
Now look where they're at.
I'm not seeing anybody here. And, well, I mean, I got to give it to you. Look where they're at now. They got the best show on television.
And let me also say this. This card may not be anything to shake a stick at just yet. wait till July in Vegas. And also, Global Force's biggest problem isn't the talent, isn't the card, isn't even I don't like their social media stuff yet. They're kind of a joke there. But the worst part, holy hell, is that logo piss poor. That logo, their logo should have just been the letters GFW written in Jeff Jarrett's shit. It would have looked better. It's so bad. This logo, it looks like generic. It looks like it's like some sort of template they grabbed out of Microsoft Office. It
looks like that and like a logo for like glow in the dark golf or something like that. Like it is bad, but I will give it to them the fact that it has wrestling in the name.
I bet it'll look really good on a frisbee.
A nice neon green frisbee.
A frisbee on every seat.
You got to do whatever you can to get him in there.
You know it's bad when you're running minor league ballparks and the biggest stars in the building are still the minor league ball players.
Oh God! Oh.
That
might actually be a good promotion to have the minor league players against I guess the minor league wrestlers in both baseball and wrestling.
This whole thing, as we get closer and closer to the critical for its existence. The only thing that I gotta start, I'm totally siding with Moose the Mark here. This thing is all just masterful shit promoting by Jeff Jarrett. He did an excellent job basically what he did was he created a brand so that he could get a piece of the action of Wrestle Kingdom, the biggest show in Japan.
15,000 buys.
Yeah, he's smart. God damn it. I hope to hell it. Of course, I root for this thing, but I wouldn't. If I'm a betting man, and I would never, ever, ever, ever put a dime on Global Force Wrestling turning into anything as positive as we are on this show. The hashtag POP. It started right here on Brainbuster Radio, Brainiacs. I cannot tell you that I have high hopes for GFW. I'm excited to see what happens, but damn it, it does not look good. Look at the card. Look at the logo. Holy shit. Moose the Mark, you're right.
Yeah, it's just a lot of chrome, a lot of shiny things. It's the opposite of modern. It belongs on a Pog Slammer that has holographic foil in the background.
Shiny things attract people, and this is not. I don't know. It's just bad.
Okay, we got people in the live YouTube chat here. Brainiacs, of course, every Saturday 6:05 the podcast drops. Orlando, Florida time, Walt Disney World to be specific. But if you go to our Twitter at the Brainbusters and you tweet it, you read it, you tout it, and you shout it, and you be all about it, you can find the live link, click on it, listen to the show live, call in when we have phones open, and or just talk in the chat the whole show. Like, we got a lot of great people here, international folks listening live right now. Some people want to know, and they want us to speculate now for Global Force Wrestling as to who will be the first GFW champion.
Scott Steiner, period. Next.
He's well. I mean, from the little bit of the roster that I've seen, he's far and away the best guy that they have.
It's either him or Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Who the hell else is they?
No. Oh, yeah. That's.
I think it's going to be Jeff Jarrett. All right.
I would love it if it was Jeff Jarrett.
You don't want to give the title to somebody that's going to run off to another promotion.
That's true.
And drop it in the dumpster. I know Jeff Jarrett has not been announced for any matches, but I think he's going to be the number one guy.
He cannot help himself.
But who knows? I mean, do you think they'll? I guess they'll have to make a title, but it's not going to be immediate.
No, that's an expense for a little later down the road. You gotta save where you can. They're building. They're in a building phase right now.
They should
just
have like
a trophy.
That's what I was going to say. Have like a Crockett Cup right now, just for right now, just to establish some rankings.
Maybe the champion gets like a nice ham.
I don't think any food's going to be given away, but
a nice smoked ham and a frisbee.
I'd like to see Sanjay Dutt as the champion, though. I think this kid's got a lot of talent.
I don't know.
If you're looking for a young guy, he's the one.
I'm pretty sure he's the head trainer for GFW. I don't know if they're going to give him the title, but maybe Bill DeMott makes a surprise appearance.
Trainer matches.
It is the most interesting shit. I am jealous. I am jealous as fuck of Milk Cow Sodas and a man called Wired because they get to go to Global Force Wrestling in Las Vegas, no less, Vinman.
I believe me, I'd much rather be going to that than I am NXT tomorrow.
Oh, now Vinman, see, I don't know why you bring that up. And I wanted to move there next. Vinman and we are going to be at NXT at Stage A. I believe this is your first time seeing some of these people up close and personal. Is that correct?
Yeah, it will be my first time seeing some of these men.
Vinman, I know you're going into it with a semi-negative attitude, but I think you were the one that brought it up to me, and I would like to hear what you have to say whenever we're all done.
I'm like I said, I haven't seen much of this product. I probably only watched NXT less than a handful of times, but I'm very curious to see some of these guys up close and personal. I've heard rave reviews from you gentlemen as well as others.
Some of these guys, they look like on TV. Some of these guys don't look so impressive, but like when you see Bull Dempsey in real life, you just won't believe.
I'm already impressed with Bull Dempsey. He has nothing more to prove to me in my eyes. But I'm looking to see like just how good some of this talent is. I mean that I keep hearing about, and I'm all for not knowing who these men are until they get up to the main roster, and keeping everything hidden behind the curtain and suspending disbelief. But what's important right now, maybe it's just to see how good. If this is truly a brand unto its own, then it's something I got to see.
Do we know the card for tomorrow, Triple J, for NXT Pittsburgh?
I don't. I mean, I don't think they usually announce a card unless it's like Tokyo.
I did not see one thing about this card, which I guess is good. I don't know. Maybe they don't know who's going to show up yet.
I mean, Vinman, I have a feeling you're going to be enamored by maybe some of the guys that a lot of us are not clamoring for as much. But yes, the Bull Dempseys, the Jason Jordans, the Rhinos, these type of individuals.
I think Vinman is going to walk out of was it Stage AE in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, Stage American E.
Here's a prediction. Actually, no. This is a spoiler on Brainbuster Radio, Brainiacs. Vinman is going to walk in a doubter of NXT, a quote-unquote hater. Hate using that word, but a hater of NXT. And I am telling you, he's going to walk out of that building saying, holy fuck, in classic Vinman language. That was a bust-ass pro wrestling show, and my God, Charlotte is the greatest wrestler I've ever seen live.
I've seen Charlotte before. I'm a big fan. I'll be the first to admit that. I know when I'm getting there. But it's some of these other guys and gals that I keep hearing about that are so damn good. People like the Sami Zayns and the Kevin Owens and the Nevilles. These guys in NXT that have, from what I've seen on the main roster, have shown me absolutely nothing. That I'm looking to see something from somebody to give me hope that there's some good quality talent coming up. I know of a few people, but we got to have some more.
Vinman, trust me, it's going to deliver, and you're going to be a fan. It's going to happen, and you cannot stop it, Vinman. NXT, a brand unto itself, a global phenomenon, and the biggest, the hottest territory in the entire world right now. I think we all can agree. But they are getting a little thin, which brings us now to the news and rumors of the week with Brainbuster Radio headlines. This week in headlines, somebody on a message board somewhere on the internet that Moose the Mark says is very prestigious is talking about some crazy-ass shit that might actually happen but is being talked about, but we don't know if it really is in the works, but we're going to talk about it. Headlines this week, Brainiacs, is brought to you by Marburger Troll Away. Do you have trolls calling in to your podcast live on YouTube? Buy some Marburger Troll Away and smoke these motherfuckers straight to hell. I got a super kick lined up for each and every one of you jagoffs that called in earlier and tried to mess with the Vinman Open Challenge. That was open to any upstanding individual in America or abroad willing to take on Vinman, who says a lot of derogatory things about people on the internet. And for you people to call in like you did, so immature, but even worse than that, so lacking in hustle, loyalty, and respect. You disgust me. That's why I got myself some Marburg or Troll Away, which gives me the power to super kick you right in the face. Let's talk about the news and rumors this week, Moose the Mark. You're all over the internet gimmicks. You're the king of the IWC. What's everybody talking about today?
I guess the biggest news is both. It's kind of touching on what the biggest news last week was, involving Paul Heyman, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and the hashtag Texas Death Match at WrestleMania 32. In the time since our last broadcast, both of these men have completely walked back on their hype, their foreshadowing of a WrestleMania 32 match between Austin and Brock Lesnar. Paul Heyman said 0% chance of it ever happening. Stone Cold Steve Austin also just kind of went back to the whole, man, I got so many other things going on. So, he's going to be busy doing commercials for water skis or something. But it doesn't seem like it's happening. Or we could all just be getting worked. I don't know.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't even recall any kind of story or hype for any kind of match. What does this even mean? I'm already excited for WrestleMania 32, but because I know that the Ryback is going to be there. So I'm not disappointed in anything because I never heard of any kind of match ever happening. Was that believable enough?
Not in the slightest.
Do I have to come out and say that this is heartbreaking, that hashtag Texas Deathmatch is already Texas dead?
Long Island, were you secretly the guy on Raw with the Texas Deathmatch sign?
How about that guy? Front row, dead center. He believes in hashtag POP. He listens to Brainbuster Radio. He's on the tweeter. He knew. The thing, I'm going to Raw, and the only thing on everybody's mind is what my sign is going to have front and center, hard cam all night long, Texas Deathmatch. Zack Ryder comes out for a dark match, Texas Deathmatch. You got the New Day out there. All I see is Texas Deathmatch. All in my mind the whole night. I could barely focus on Raw because I just saw Texas Deathmatch staring at me in the face, and now on my phone, on my podcast gimmick, I got Stone Cold telling me, it'll never happen. I got too many things in the works, and, the stars aren't aligned. And then I got Paul Heyman telling me, 0% chance. Meanwhile, all my hopes and dreams are in the Ryback to save the situation, because if it doesn't happen, he is the only man for the job. I don't know what to say. It is emotional, but we are so far away. It's incredible that this story, and it's going to dominate. I'm telling you, for the next 300+ days.
I heard you guys talking about it on Brainbuster Radio last week, about how it makes no sense that they would bring this up and there not being anything to it, and then now they're completely denying it. I don't know. I mean, they're trying to sell out a 100,000+ seat stadium. They are going to need every big name that they can possibly get, and Stone Cold Steve Austin is right up there. I don't know what it would take for him to get in any sort of condition. I mean, I've heard some speculation that it would take him. He'd have to know 6 months in advance. I mean, they're coming up on those times. So I don't know. It's very disheartening to hear that this is not a real thing. But I think it's something that they need and something they got to make happen.
It could be a work, though, like Moose the Mark said. Let's not jump to any conclusions. Let's not believe anything.
There's always black helicopters.
The fact that the hashtag is out there on the internet means that it's still alive, and as long as we use it, there's still hope. Even if Stone Cold's saying no, even if Paul Heyman's saying 0% chance, still, hashtag Texas Deathmatch. For the love of God, if you're on Twitter, if you're on Facebook, if you're on Friendster, I don't care, whatever you're out there, all social media, this is a call to arms. Hashtag Texas Deathmatch. I don't care if you're telling your grandma happy birthday, make sure you put hashtag Texas Deathmatch. If you're telling the world, got a great brand new job and my life is going swell, hashtag Texas Deathmatch. My wife had a baby, hashtag Texas Deathmatch. For the love of God, it will happen. We just need to make it happen. It's not up to Austin. Lesnar, Vince McMahon. It's not up to any of them. It's up to the Brainiacs. It's up to the WWE Universe. It's up to the Global Force Wrestling Universe. It's up to the TNA Impact Zone. It's everybody needs to come together and hashtag the shit at a Texas Death Match. That's the only way it's going to happen. And it can happen. You have to believe it will happen, and it will happen. I mean, just look at the New Day. Moose the Mark was saying they were going to be part of spring cleaning a couple months ago, and now they got bronze. They got the bronze, baby.
I don't know. Just about everybody he said was going to be a part of spring cleaning. But
spring cleaning hasn't happened. The only people who got released were a bunch
summer,
of NXT
buddy.
no-namers.
It's summer.
Yeah, it did not happen at all.
Okay, then why were you talking about it?
Because it usually does happen every spring.
Next topic.
All right, well, there's some sort of goofy rumors on the internet that's very intriguing. Intriguing enough that it was on a message board. I have not seen this on any sort of website that's credible. I haven't seen any reporter that we respect saying anything about it yet. I haven't seen a tweet about it. Nothing. But it's a rumor that is so goddamn interesting that we have to talk about it, Moose the Mark. You are a member of the Wrestling Observer message board, are you not?
Yeah, and a subscriber to the website. Dave Meltzer he kind of hinted about this. I mean, basically, there's been a rumor going around that WWE is interested in arranging a working relationship with WWN, which is associated with the Evolve indie wrestling promotion. Gabe Sapolsky is their head honcho. And there's a lot of talent there, and there's a lot of speculation. I mean, nothing is concrete, but speculation is, it's regarding action figure rights. I don't know if you guys know this, but I know Triple J, you're an action figure aficionado.
This has been a hot topic in the independent wrestling scene for a number of weeks now.
Basically, this action figure company, I forget their name, they sign all these indie guys to like 5-year merchandising deals for action figures. In WWE, which is like deep in bed with Mattel for all their action figures, they're pissed. They want to send the message out to everyone on the indie scene: don't sign these merch deals if you want to work with WWE. So I guess the speculation is they're building a relationship with Evolve. I guess it'll be the AA to NXT's AAA. It's like, indie guys, if you want to go like a place that'll get you a good track to the WWE, just don't sign shit, don't do stuff, just go here, and this is going to be a feeder to NXT, much like Ring of Honor was before it became a nationally televised cable show. That's changed everything.
Now, this is really interesting, but real quick side note, how could it be the AA to NXT's AAA if JBL said on Raw that NXT is the Negro Leagues of professional wrestling, and Kevin Owens is the Satchel Paige to John Cena's Babe Ruth? I'm not getting the comparison, Vinman.
There's a lot of stuff going on there.
That was a very strained analogy.
It's very tough to, the analogies aside, NXT is WWE's A+ developmental, and it really is a brand unto itself now. It has superstars in it. Guys, people want to pay to see. I mean, thousands of Japanese are going to pack that house for we assume the main event being Owens versus Balor, or it could be Kofi Lesnar. We don't know, but they're going to be thousands of people pay to see these NXT superstars. WWE acquiring an indie to be another developmental territory is so interesting because Evolve runs shows in tiny bars in Ybor City and near Tampa Bay. I mean, these places hold dozens of people, dozens of good old boys watching pro wrestling at their local bar, and it's on internet pay-per-view. WWE could have a hand in this kind of production. Can you imagine, Vinman, a WWE-produced event at a bar in Florida?
I mean, I love the concept that you just presented to me, but this just sounds like a bad business move. I mean, why would you put all this effort into this kind of crap when your main show isn't that good to begin with? I mean, until you start, I mean, I understand that you got to start developing talent. So you build this performance center, and you're going to have coaches down there, and you're going to have a brand unto itself, and you're selling it. You're going to sell it, but eventually you got to say, we got to make our main product good and entertaining. and it's good, but it's not good enough, and it can be better. And why isn't there being more effort put on this instead of bars in Florida? Unless they're going to broadcast Raw from a bar in Florida, which I would love.
But Vinman, like Moose the Mark and King Triple J said, WWE, these action figure contracts are coming at these indie guys. WWE wants to lock this shit up. They want to be the monopoly, the giant force in professional wrestling, the only force. And with all these indie shows taking away their business around WrestleMania season and all this kind of stuff, I mean, indies are so hot right now. People love.
Well, listen, if
WWE can make themselves the only game in town, people love pro wrestling right now. That's going to help their business. I think it's a great business.
If WWE wanted to, they could buy ROH and TNA and Lucha Underground. They could buy all these promotions if they wanted to, straight up. So this just sounds strange to me. Black helicopters.
Well, they are just rumors, Brainiacs. Let me stress.
I mean, unless it came from Mets fan forever, then I'm not sure if I buy into it.
But do you think these shows would be televised, Moose the Mark? Like, what is your speculation?
I have no idea. Everything is still extremely up in the air. Meltzer didn't report any further on it. No one knows, but he just like heavily hinted. He said connect the dots in his usual cryptic, weird way.
Well, it's hard to believe anything that guy says. But I mean, you're talking about if WWE is going to put on a product, it's at least going to look somewhat decent, and not just in terms of production value, but in terms of talent. There's barely enough talent on the main roster. There's hardly any talent in NXT. There'll probably be zero talent in whatever this is going to be, unless they get somebody like Brutal Bob Evans in there that could just carry the whole show. But it doesn't sound like they're going to do that.
You're kind of jumping to conclusions here. No one said anything about WWE buying them. WWE had working relationships with ECW for a while. They had working relationship with Ring of Honor. They didn't outright buy them. We don't know if it was different.
Yeah, maybe they're gonna they got Tough Enough around the corner, which we haven't even gotten to yet. And maybe there's so much talent. We see they rolled out all these beautiful people, fitness models, bodybuilders, indie wrestlers, ex-NFL players, ex-Olympians and shit. These people are phenomenal entertainers and athletes, and only one of them is going to win Tough Enough, but you sure as shit better bet your bottom dollar that WWE is going to sign more than one of them to developmental deals. If they could loan them out at Book It Gabe to learn the ropes, travel down the road, tell stories, talk professional wrestling in the car, they could get better and help WWE out further down.
But that's different than putting it on TV.
Why not?
And putting a big production.
If it's going to take, very little of WWE's money, for how expensive it is for at Book It Gabe Sapolsky to put on these shows, that's pennies for WWE.
You were talking about having a WWE type production for whoever.
I'm just saying having WWE money behind it. For WWE to kick Gabe Sapolsky a couple bucks to run these shows, I do not think that's going to hurt. That's not going to hurt them.
I don't. Well, I mean, if it's just a couple bucks, that's fine. But I mean, you can't have like 65 cases of water there, 180 pounds of chicken, 150 pounds of beef or pork, 5 gallons of rice, 15 gallons of soup, 100 pounds of potatoes, 6 to 8 cases of vegetables, 40 cases of soda, 500 cookies, 10 cakes, 6 pies, 3 cases of energy drinks. WWE can't provide all that for all these shows.
And that's just for Ryback.
So you're saying WWE can only afford to feed Ryback every Monday at Raw, and they can't afford to help out Gabe Sapolsky and his little indies?
Based on the report that I've seen from Mets Fan Forever, in terms of
friend of the show, Mets Fan Forever,
supplies being provided at Monday Night Raw, they can't do that for a whole roster of men.
Yeah, I think this is so far-fetched. I honestly, I don't know why we're wasting so much time talking about this. I mean, the roster, it's like a working roster, and they have two. I mean, Evolve it like redirects you to the Dragon Gate page, and that's so confusing. About one guy owns two different companies that aren't called the same thing. They only have 2 shows on the calendar. I don't know.
All right, well, before we get really bloody here to finish off the show, our one of the best Brainiacs I know, all the way out in Portugal, Vinman, international Brainiac, our buddy John out there in Portugal, he's on the chat right now on the live YouTube stream, and he's saying, what the hell is the Performance Center for then? If WWE's going to team up with
that was my whole point.
Yeah, he says that they want their guys to be like chunks of clay at the Performance Center so they can mold them and not be influenced by these indie places. But, John, I got to say that we're talking about the Performance Center, which is Triple H's baby. And Triple H, I don't know if you noticed this, but in the last year has done a 180, Triple J, then a 360, then a 180, then another 360 on the indies. He loves the indies because guys like Kevin Owens and Finn Balor walked through the halls or the doors of the Performance Center, and he said, holy shit, these guys are made for TV already. These guys are badass. They're just like me. When I was riding the roads and shit. So I think he sees the value of guys working indies and working hard for little money. Well, although these guys will be making better money than most indie guys if you're getting paid by WWE to go work for Evolve.
Dude, that's a huge reach. We don't know, dude. Look, regarding the Performance Center, it looks great on TV. It's great to have ESPN or other people come down and do little news segments about it and stuff like that. It's great PR, and I'm sure the intent behind it was true. But now that NXT is a brand unto itself, it's doing its own thing. It's becoming a bigger deal. What has the Performance Center really done? Who has a Performance Center built from the ground up that's succeeding? All I'm seeing are a lot of geeks and a lot of guys who probably never going to make the main roster. I mean, at this point, all of your successes come from the indies, so why not foster a stronger relationship with?
Well, I wouldn't. I mean, who? Name me some successful guys to some real talent.
I'm not getting into this. I'm not going to get into this with you, Vin, man. I'm not even going to get into this with you at all. It's just going to go on and on. We've been going forever.
No, from what I understand, like the big dog, he was not on the independent scene. Is that correct? And he's a homegrown talent. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know.
I don't know. Did he go straight from Georgia Tech to the PC? I'm not sure either.
Yeah, what about this name? And this is before we're going to go right now. We're going to go into False Count Anywhere, I promise. But what about this name? Think about this for the next week, and because we're going to be talking about this guy, I fucking guarantee it. What about? I mean, what about Chad Gable?
Oh, now you're throwing out a name that even Vinman can appreciate.
Okay, Vinman, if you so much as have the pleasure to see Chad Gable tomorrow, brother, I definitely know you're going to come around on NXT. This guy reeks of superstardom, and Brainiacs, I'm going to leave you there for news this week. All right, that's it. Triple J, you have let this thing get completely out of order. Trolls all over the place this episode. We got the Vinman elicited a reaction unlike any other.
That was white heat. Whenever they say you can't get white heat anymore.
This is like the Guerreros working the LA territory and people trying to stab them in the parking lot. This is the modern day equivalent of that. The show has been insane. It's been so fun though, Brainiacs. But you know what's even more fun than super kicking some trolls in the face? That's getting out your little 1/4-inch blade and getting some color at the end of the show. This is False Count Anywhere.
A lot of people claim to have all the answers. A lot of people are all too willing to tell you what's wrong with the current state of professional wrestling. A lot of people whine, moan, and complain, but that's about it. If you have all the answers and a surefire plan to turn around a specific promotion or create your own, then do it. By this logic, there would be at least 3, maybe 4, high-profile wrestling promotions on cable television drawing huge ratings and top dollar advertising money. I'm not going to name names, but the constant negative attitude and nitpicking towards the current product is just toxic. Tell me about something good, and not how every spot show and televised taping between the years of 1975 to 1989 was sold out, jam-packed, standing room only. If a cowboy, a tennis player, and the New Yorker have an instant, easy fix to all the world's problems, then prove it.
Oh, Vinman was supposed to go next. He's gone. I'm going to take the reins here, Brainiacs, and I've never been any good at false count anywhere. I've always been lousy at it. I am more of a top of the dome free thinker. So I'm going to take this wonderful opportunity to thank some of our new followers on Twitch, twitch.tv/the Brainbusters. We do streams, 2K15, talking pro graps, having fun, a lot of jokes and japes and jibes. So I want to give a big shout out to Hot Stuff Pan, Bob Barker, 1984, Boss X-Rays, and of course, Gamer Bro, B-A-Y-M-E-R Bro. Salutations, Brainiacs. Welcome to the hype machine.
Brainiacs, I just have a few random thoughts I need to get out of my head to close this show. As insane and crazy it's been a lot like the professional wrestling world. So here goes. I sincerely believe Alexander Rusev will one day be named Best Actor at the Academy Awards. If Rick the Model Martel is not inducted in the WWE Hall of Fame within the next 3 years, I will never go to the physical WWE Hall of Fame, as God is my witness. If the play of the Cleveland Cavaliers isn't proof enough as they choke away their 2-1 lead, look at the work Dolph Ziggler is doing right now, and you will truly know that Cleveland sucks. I think in 3 years, Vinman will be wearing the hoodie that Miz wears on Miz TV. If the Texas Death Match does not happen at WrestleMania 32, WWE's only way to get all those seats filled is Brock Lesnar versus Ryback, title for title. And finally, Brainiacs, my final thought is a bit of information for you. A lot of people ask me, Long Allen, how did you meet the lovely Miss Melissabeth? And I've never told them until now. Miss Melissabeth and I met each other almost a year ago, and it is completely thanks, it is all due to the incredible ROH code line. I'd like to personally thank Kevin Kelly for showing me the way to love.
Now, I know you've noticed that I haven't been on the last 20, 30 minutes, but I've been busy talking to my agent, outside signing autographs for the fans, signing titties and asses, because that's what Mil Calzones does. But ladies and gentlemen, the show that you have been waiting for is out. It is called The B Show. Now, what is The B Show, you are wondering? The B Show is me, Mil Calzones, and Brainbuster Radio's own young boy, a man called Wired, talking about NXT and SmackDown, shows that Brainbuster Radio isn't really talking about. Now, when you think of The B Show, you think about talent, knowledge, and greatness, because that is what I bring to the show. And a man called Wired brings humor, I guess. But remember, the B Show equals a Mil Calzones. The B Show equals NXT Talk. The B Show equals SmackDown spoilers. Because we all know people aren't really watching SmackDown. But instead of having to read about it, you can finally hear about it on the B Show. So make sure to go to brainbusterradio.com, look for the B Show, click on the B Show, listen to the B Show. And after you're done listening to the B Show, go ahead on the Twitter, send me, Calzones is Bueno, a tweet about how much you love the B Show, or go to @a-man-called-wired and message him, man, you are fantastic on the B Show. The B Show is going to be the A Show soon enough.
All right, Brainiacs. We had one. I think the only thing to describe this show was hellacious. Holy crap. Was this a show unlike any show we've ever done, Triple J? I know your head is spinning. I know you're exhausted. I know that you want me to get the hell out of here, so I'm going to. And I've heard a lot of rumors on the internet as well that some people think they could go into hyperdrive hype mode, and they're good. But, Mustamar, can I show you how it's done real quick?
Floor is yours, Long Island.
Brainiacs, thanks for listening to the show live on the YouTube stream, youtube.com/BrainbusterRadio. We tweet it out each and every single week at the Brainbusters. Tweet it, read it, tout it, shout it, be all about it. You click that link, you listen to us live. If you can't listen live, you go to any podcatcher gimmick or BrainbusterRadio.com every Saturday, 6:05 p.m. Walt Disney World time, Orlando, Florida, that is, and you download that sumbitch, and you listen to it in the car, you listen to it on your boat, you listen to it if you're on an airplane, you listen to it if you're calling in and you're trying to ruin a live podcast by some other jabroni. But let me just tell you this, Brainiacs, whether you're calling in to mess with us, whether you got something important on your mind, as long as you're listening, we appreciate the shit out of you. Each and every week, we're here to talk programs with each other and your asses. So thanks for listening. Thanks for everybody who follows us on the Twitter. And that's all. That's how hype is done. I can't wait for Money in the Bank, Mustamar. It's going to be the greatest pay-per-view of all time because it's the next pay-per-view. Anybody else got anything left to say before we close this thing?
The Big Dog! Future Money in the Bank winner.
Oh, yeah. Also, don't forget the B Show is now on BrainbusterRadio.com and all podcatcher gimmicks as well. Great job, Mil Calzones.
Yeah, thank you.
Triple J.
We'll see everybody at Stage American Eagle tomorrow.
Cannot wait for that report. Mustamar, king of the IWC.
Yeah, no, I'm all good, Long Island. Let's take it home.
I think that's the only thing left to do. Hellacious show, Brainiacs. Thanks for contributing. We'll catch your asses next week for the baddest guy in the world, Mil Calzones, king of all podcasts now on the ones and twos, the heel Vinman, Mustamar on the internet gimmicks, King Triple J, and Long Island Iced Tea. I am Long Island Iced Tea saying, let's end this thing. I got to go watch some programs. Jesus, Mary, and Joe.
That was exhausting.
Yeah.
I know you're exhausted.
Oh, me too. I've been doing a lot of talking today.
All right, Brain. We're going to sign out of the live stream, too.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, thanks for listening to you livers. Appreciate it. If you called in and messed with us, all in good fun. Shouldn't have put out that hangout link.
Yeah, a lesson learned.
Yeah.
Rise above
Still
hate.
on the air, Kenneth?